In episode 5 of season 3 of Fire Country, entitled Edgewater's About to Get Real Cozy, Bodhi and Gabriella are secretly hooking up in the Airstream Vince bought and is letting her stay in so she can pay back Diego's family for the wedding that never was. Now, Eve and Jake figure it out pretty early in the episode, and eventually so does Manny, and he has to come to terms with the fact. Now, 42 gets a new captain, Camden Casey. And the first thing he does after arriving in Edgewater is beat up a group of Diego's friends who try to jump Bodhi at Smokey's of all places because Diego left town after Gabrielle left him at the altar. Now, he wants to let Bodhi off the leash that Jake and his parents have been trying to keep him on since joining the Edgewater Firefighter program, which places he and Jake at odds. Now, Eve decides to reconcile with her brother. It doesn't go well at first, but by episode's end, they find themselves in a fairly decent place. Smokey's has its grand opening, but that doesn't go well, in part because Diego's friends took down all the flyers around town. Vince seems to be freaking out because the first day isn't going well financially, and Sharon is freaking out over her health and because she finds out that Bodhi plans to move out. Now, in the main story of the episode, a commercial airline lands in a field in Edgewater and they need all hands on deck. And in the field, Captain Casey has Bodhi climb a ladder and rescue passengers from the burning cockpit despite Jake's protests. Now, this episode is just moving the chess pieces around the board to what the natural conclusion of each character's season arc will be, in my opinion. I was surprised that Gabriella and Bodhi are already hooking up again after deciding just to be friends a few episodes ago. I think at some point this season, like I told you guys, Bodhi and Audrey are going to make it last forever, if you know what I'm saying. And if the end of this episode is any indication, he's already entertaining that thought. Now, Jake is reeling a bit because Genevieve wants to move to Idaho to be with her dad and her siblings, and I think he also feels Bodhi kind of slipping away from him too, as he is not his trainer anymore, and Captain Casey, who is now going to be his trainer, has a different style of leadership than he does. Manny and Gabrielle have some road to cover in mending their relationship, and it's clear that that's going to be a season-long endeavor. Now, Manny doesn't want Bodhi and Gabriella together, and Gabriella is still pissed at Manny for essentially getting locked up again, blaming him for letting her blow up her life. Now, Eve is on her way back to her family slowly but surely, though I have no idea how that's going to play out, honestly speaking. I do think that she and her brother will be okay, though. And Vince and Sharon are going to have to come to terms with the fact that their careers with Cal Fire are nearly done, and so is their job as helicopter parents to Bodhi as he gets used to life on the outside. Now, this episode sits in what I call the doldrums of the season, that being the episodes in the middle that are more likely to be used as filler until we officially get on the downside of the roller coaster. But now that we're at the halfway point and the pieces for the season are all officially on the board, ready to be moved around, we should be in for a pretty interesting ride from here.